Welcome back, YouTube. Look, as y'all see, we doing a mukbang today. Got these chicken fajitas looking crazy. You see what's going on. Shit not trying to focus. Chicken fajitas. Tex Mex. Shit smelling crazy. I already know. I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Like, some of y'all gonna think it's weird, but whenever I eat chicken fajitas, I feel like it's because like I be trying to watch what I eat now. I don't be wanting all the starch. I just eat them separate. Like, I don't even put them joints on the tortillas, none of that stuff, bro. I just be eating everything separate. I know the reason why I'm saying this is because some of y'all be in the comments like, "Ah, Peach, you're weird. That's not how you eat." Bro, I know how to eat a fajita, bro. I know how to eat a fajita. I just don't want all that starch, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like the tortillas, the rice, all that. Don't need it. Every time I go to this restaurant and I tell them I want fajitas, I always tell them to put jalapenos in the fajita mix. Look, boom, jalapenos. If you don't like onions, you a weirdo. Onions hit every time. Y'all look at this meat, pause. I gotta show you this meat. Gotta get this on the focus. Damn, y'all can't see it. This shit trying to focus on me. Y'all see the grill on that hoe? You see it charred all on that bitch, seasoned to perfection. I'm telling you, them El Salvadorians in this junk, cause this was a Tex-Mex junk, bro. This wasn't no Mexican restaurant, this was Tex-Mex, straight El Salvadorians in there. Putting their feet on this, I ain't gonna lie. They be making these fajitas a little bit better than the Mexicans. Too much flavor in that. Way too much flavor. Jalapenos, onions, peppers, all that. Woo! Caliente. Shit hot. But look, y'all. The reason why I'm here today, earlier my mom's car got towed, right? So I went to take her to pick her car up early this morning. Tired as hell. Hold on. Let me swallow the food. Whole lot of flavor in the food. Too much flavor. So yeah, look. I was taking her to get her car, and she was like, you know, you still never done like a video telling your viewers like about your childhood and like where you come from, you know what I mean? Like what made you the person you are today. And I'm just like, me personally, bro, like a long time ago I said I was gonna do a backstory, stuff like that. But I don't know. I just really don't like going into like my past and stuff like that. Just because like, I don't know, like, it's just stuff that like I feel like I'm not really proud of, you know what I'm saying? And it's like, I feel like I just didn't have like a normal childhood, you feel what I'm saying? Like, compared to like other people, you know what I'm saying, that was my age at the time. I had grew up in foster care for some years and all that, bro. Like, shit was crazy, I ain't gonna lie to you. Like, some of y'all know, some of y'all don't know, I'm from Montgomery County. And like, this is for like people that like aren't from this area, you know what I'm saying, aren't from the DMV. Basically, Montgomery County is the suburbs of Washington, D.C. You got Montgomery County, then you got PG County. You know what I'm saying? PG County is a little bit rougher than Montgomery County because they border the south side of D.C. You know what I'm saying? Montgomery County, we border like the north part. You know what I'm saying? Like the rich area, be honest with you. Like that's the area of DC that we border, you know what I'm saying? However, out here, I mean, just like everywhere else, bro, you have fucking Section 8, all that type of shit, you know what I'm saying? And my mom and them, they had moved here because they was going through some stuff in Cali, so they moved out here, and then they ended up getting, well, my mom ended up getting on like HOC out here, you know what I'm saying, in Montgomery County. But where freaking they had put her, because apparently HOC, they decided where she went for whatever reason. They put her like in this little cul-de-sac. The whole entire cul-de-sac was like people that was like on HOC, stuff like that, you know what I'm saying? So the whole cul-de-sac, everybody was like on drugs, fucking popping pills, doing like ecstasy, PCP, like all that shit, like in that little cul-de-sac. And my stepfather, he from Northeast, you feel me? And at the time, you know what I'm saying, he was selling that stuff like back then. So it was just a lot going on. So the people, they was always in my house, you know what I'm saying? People in my house high, smoking and stuff like that. And my mom was drinking heavy at the time. So my mom, she was a violent drunk, you know what I'm saying? I don't know what the fuck happened in Cali that had her drink, because she blamed her childhood on the reason why she was acting the way she was acting. The reason why she was drinking so much. And when my mom would drink, she would get violent, you know what I'm saying? Not violent toward me, but she would get violent toward like just anybody, you know what I'm saying? Like on some real stuff, bro. Like if, let's say we out and about and my mom's drinking and somebody just look at her funny, like my mom would want to fight them. Like on everything I love, bro. Like I've seen my mom, like she put stitches in a lady's head before. She hit my stepdad in the eye with a bottle, had his whole eye messed up, bleeding, bro. Like, she was on some, like, different stuff back then. And, like, my stepfather, he ended up leaving. And then, like I said, he was hustling at the time. You feel me? Like, he was getting money in the streets. So, when he ended up leaving, basically, things went downhill because he was the one, even though we was on HOC, he was the one paying all the bills. You know what I'm saying? My dad was in and out of jail. My dad wasn't helping my mom out. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, it was just basically us type shit. You feel what I'm saying? So once he left, like my stepfather left, it was like I said, downhill. The lights was getting cut off. There was no food in the house. The dudes that was in like the cul-de-sac, they was coming to the house still, like hanging out with my mom. One of them started dating my mom. He was putting his hands on my mom, fighting her, stuff like that. So I was seeing like a whole lot of violence, you know what I'm saying, in the household type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like I remember this one night, like he was saying like this, it's gonna be a food fight. He was mad at my mom. I remember he fought my mom one time because she didn't have money and he wanted 2 McDoubles. She went and bought 1 McDouble and then he like fought her for that shit. You know what I'm saying? So like back then, I mean, I was trying to defend my mom, so I was always fighting him, shit like that. And I was just violent back then, bro. Like, I was in 5th grade, like, leaving school and shit like that. It was just a whole lot going on. And I thought that shit was cool at the time, you know what I'm saying? Because, like, everybody around me was doing it. You know what I'm saying? When you young and you see certain things, you thinking that shit's cool. But at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? That's not really, like... I'm gonna be honest with y'all, bro. Like, a lot of people try to, like, glorify, like... Oh yeah, I grew up around this, I grew up around that, I witnessed this, I witnessed that, bro. Like me personally, bro, like growing up, bro, I hated that shit. Like y'all could ask my mom, bro, I hated all of that shit, bro. Like I hated being home, nigga. Like I hated seeing like fucking people high, drunk. Like a lot of y'all be asking me, like, Peaks, why don't you smoke? Bro, that's the reason why I don't smoke. You feel me? Like I seen so much fucked up shit, bro. Like I've seen drug addiction my whole life. I seen like where that shit be taking people, bro. Like I seen like, bro, I just started, bro, I started drinking 2022 from doing food reviews, bro. Like I never drank before. Like on some real shit, I told myself I was never gonna drink, never gonna smoke, just because like how I grew up, you know what I'm saying? I feel like the alcohol is not bad. Like I drink on occasions to have a good time, shit like that. But like that's the reason why I don't smoke. Because like I said, I've seen people like trip out being fucking fucked up and shit like that. You feel what I'm saying? Like on some real shit, bro. Like, so what ended up happening was the schools ended up getting involved because my grades was bad. Some days, like I said, I was in 5th grade leaving school. Like shit was fucked up. And then also, like I said, the dude was putting his hands on my mom. The police was getting called to my house every other day. You know what I'm saying? The police were getting called. My mom was fighting people. My mom was fighting him. I see my mom try to like stab him. Like I seen some, like, you know what I'm saying? Some shit. Everybody in the neighborhood wrecking. Like I seen this one dude get knocked out, bro. Like imagine you in 5th grade and you see a dude snoring on the floor, bro, because like he got knocked out. I seen people who like get their teeth knocked out, all of that stuff back then. Like shit was fucked up. So eventually, you know what I'm saying, the police came. they was like, look, we get called here one more time, CPS is gonna get involved type shit. So then police ended up getting called again. I remember that night, bro. Like, he hit my mom, he ran out, we was chasing that nigga. He ran, bro. This nigga was running for a brick out of nowhere, bro. Like, he just turned around, shoved me on the floor, and then just kicked it. He was gone. He was out of there, bro. After that shit, I remember it, bro. Like, I was sitting, matter of fact, I had just got out of school. Walked over to, walked in the crib. Mom was listening to some Tupac. Like, she used to always get drunk, just zone and Tupac. Coming to the gym, Tupac playing, she's sitting on the couch. 2 people in the house. I can't remember what they looked like, it was a minute ago. 2 people in the house. So one of my neighbors, she's like, let's leave the house. So I'm like, nah, I'm not trying to leave the house, you feel me? Like, I'm trying, you know what I'm saying, see what's up with my mom type shit. Like, I'm not about to, you know what I'm saying, leave my mom. So she was like, all right. So she left. And then the dude, he was like, yo, like, you gonna have to pack your stuff. Like, basically, you know what I'm saying, you coming with us, we taking you from your mom type shit and all this other shit. And I was like I said, I was blown, bro. Like, cause I figured it was gonna happen. Like, the school kept questioning me, like bringing me to the counselor's office, like, what's going on at home? I wouldn't tell them nothing. Like, I would always tell them nothing. You know what I'm saying? Like, never told nothing that was going on, just because I already knew that it was going to end up coming to that. You know what I'm saying? So I never told them nothing. I'm just like, you know what I'm saying? Like, nothing transpired. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything's fine at home, da-da-da-da. Like, we know it, you know what I'm saying? They trying to, I think my sister ended up telling them, bro. Like, she got her own story and shit like that. But I think my sister, she ended up telling. So, long story short, they ended up taking me from my mom. Took me from my mom, and they had brought me to my grandma's house. But my grandma, she said she was already taking my sister. So she was like, I can't take both of them, you feel me? So I can't take all these people. She already had another one of my cousins living there. So then they was like, all right, bet, is there anybody else in the family that would want to, you know what I'm saying, take them in? So then that's when I ended up moving in with my uncle. You know what I'm saying? Unc, the nigga that, like, y'all always be seeing me with. So I ended up moving in with Unc. I lived with Unc for like 2.5 years. I mean, living with Unc, it was cool, bro. Like, it was like his girlfriend at the time, because Unc had a girlfriend like up until like 2 or 3 years ago. He, like, since I've known Unc, he's always been with her. Like, you know what I'm saying? That's my aunt for real. Like, he's been with her forever. They never got married, but they seemed like they was married because they was together since I known them. And it was a good life, you know what I'm saying? She was a white woman, white family. They lived like in the country part of Montgomery County, you know what I'm saying? Like, even though Unc, like I said, like when he was in Cali, he was a blood. Like when he came out here, it was different. You know what I'm saying? He got a white woman. They living in the country. They vibing out. You know what I'm saying? She got bread, her house paid for, all of that shit. Everything seems good, you feel me? To me, at least. I'm a young dude, you know what I'm saying? I don't really know what's going on. My grades is better, you know what I'm saying? Life is different. I learned how to, I'm starting to skateboard. I'm hanging out with like white boys and shit in school because where we was living at, you know what I'm saying? That's what was out there. And like a lot of y'all probably wondering like, yo, Peace, how did you start skateboarding and shit like that? It all happened when I moved in with Unc. You feel me? I was living a whole different lifestyle. It was not like the hood lifestyle like when I was living with my mom. It wasn't like that. So that's how I learned how to skateboard, all that shit. Had a whole bunch of white friends. We would go to fucking Halloween, bro. Best Halloween we ever had, bro. We making smoke bombs, TPing houses, shit like that, bro. Like I said, like things changed. But then eventually, like my mom would tell me that like Unc didn't really want me there no more. Like he kept calling her, telling her get her shit together because I guess my cousin, which is Unc's son, I guess he didn't really want me there no more type shit. You know what I'm saying? Like he's an only child, or you know what I'm saying? Like, so things kind of get different when somebody else comes, and I understand that. You feel what I'm saying? It's like I'm taking his family from him, shit like that. So Unc kind of wanted me gone, and then me and my cousin started getting into it, or we were like dumb shit. We started to get into fights and shit like that, and then like I don't know what happened, because I used to go to my other aunt, my cousin Keelan or whatever, his mom. I used to go to Keelan's house because Keelan used to skateboard too every single weekend. I used to skate out there with Keelan 24/7. We out there, John, we skateboard and stuff like that. One day, Unc called me. He's like, do you wanna live with your grandma instead so you can see her, start seeing your mom more? And like this whole time, like while this all going on, my mom, she was still lunching shit like that, still fighting people. She had lost the house that she was in. Like a whole lot of fuck shit was going on while I was living with Unc. But behind the scenes type shit, like I'm not there no more, but fuck shit was going on, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm hearing it, but like I'm not there, so it's like when you know what I'm saying, you finally having fun and shit like that, you're not really paying attention to it. But she's like, do you wanna, you know what I'm saying, see your mom more type shit? So I'm like, alright, fuck it, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, I'm cool with that. Come to find out, I had no choice but to go stay with my grandma because I had got taken away from my aunt. Like he was doing some other shit on the side, I guess, that I ain't know that he was doing. I was, like I said, I was young at the time. Like it wasn't just out there like it was with my mom. Like, you know what I'm saying? Unc was doing shit like on his own time type shit. Like, I ain't know. I guess he got arrested or some shit. I don't know what the fuck happened, but I had to get up out of there. Social workers wasn't having it. They're like, nah, you can't live with your uncle no more. All this other shit. I have all these therapists coming to me, therapists asking me, yo, like, how does this make you feel? Da 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 da, bro. Like, want some real shit? Like, just into this day, bro. Like, people be asking me. My mom even be asking me. She be like, yo, like, does the shit that happened in the past like affect you? Type shit. Like, does it bother you about this, that? I'm gonna be honest, bro. Like, none of this stuff bothers me. I feel like when people be like using their past as the reason why they do drugs or they do this or do that, I feel like it's an excuse. Cause at the end of the day, bro, like, I've been through a whole bunch of shit, bro, and I don't glorify none of that shit, bro. Like when people like talk about where they come from and shit like that, and they talk about like street life, bro, I've seen some fucked up shit, bro. Like literally, like I said, like even though I'm from, because a lot of people, they assume that if you like grew up in certain areas, then you didn't go through shit. That's not the case. People everywhere go through shit. There's somebody probably in the country and they parents is like meth heads and shit like that. Shit, my grandma, she was living in Hagerstown at the time, bro. She had moved to Hagerstown. I stayed with her in Hagerstown for like probably like 5 months or some shit. But when I was up there, bro, there was some white boys in Hagerstown that like parents are like meth heads and stuff like that, and like they would kill you, bro. Like on some real shit. People be thinking that because, oh, they live in Hagerstown, they not about that life, or because he's white or so. Like, bro, like shit happens everywhere. Like just because you grew up in this area or in that area, like that shit don't mean shit. Like I said, like my stepfather is from fucking Northeast, you feel me, and he's living out here, you feel me. Like I got family in DC, I got family in PG, I got family like all around, you feel what I'm saying? People migrate. Everybody that is here isn't from here, you know what I mean? Just the fact that like my family's from California, but they live over here. You think that because they live like in the fucking suburbs now that they not gonna have that same mentality that they had when fucking they was living in Cali, bro? They have the same fucking mentality, bro. Like they just are in a different place now, you know what I'm saying? So people be like, oh yeah, this dude acts like this dude acts like that, he's from the suburbs, or he from this, or he from that. But at the end of the day, you gotta think about who raised these people, you feel me? If a person is from Southeast DC, or a person is from like Chicago, and they move out here, they're still gonna have their Chicago or Southeast DC mentality. And then when they get kids, they're gonna teach the kids the same mentality that they was brought up on. 9 times out of 10, they're gonna find people around here that's on the same type of time they on, or if they on HOC shit, HOC gonna put them around people that be on the type of shit that they on. You feel what I'm saying? Like, so I feel like you can't just use that and be like, yo, this person didn't go through shit because where the fuck he came from, you know what I'm saying? Me personally, I don't like talking about like shit that happened back in the day, just because like I try not to glorify that shit, you feel me? Like I'm trying to like better myself, you feel me? Like I never thought I was gonna be a YouTuber. Like when high school came around, I mean, let me go back to the story, bro, because eventually my mom, she ended up stopped drinking, all that shit, and she got back, I got back with my mom. But this ended up, like, I got taken from her in 5th grade. I got back with my mom. And, like, the end of 9th grade, 10th grade, you feel me? I ended up dropping out of school in 10th grade. But when I got back with my mom, literally, that's when Shayla met me. You know what I'm saying? So she never witnessed none of my mom acting crazy, none of that stuff. Because, I mean, y'all might see the videos and y'all probably like, oh, Peaks' mom, this and that, and she be wild. And nah, bro, like, on some real stuff, like, I got a lot of respect for my mom, bro, because she changed a lot. Like, y'all wouldn't see that because y'all watching it and y'all probably think whatever. But like, nah, she changed a lot, bro. So I got respect for her. Like, especially like when you battle like addiction and like alcoholism and stuff like that. Alcohol is one of the most dangerous things to get off of. The withdrawals is crazy as fuck. You know what I'm saying? Like, literally, the rehab had told my mom when she was getting off of alcohol that she had to get a drink before she went to the rehab, because if she didn't, it would kill her. The withdrawals would kill her, bro. You feel what I'm saying? So I got mad respect for her. The fact that she's been sober for that long, like, bruh, like, she's been sober for probably like 15 years now. Some crazy shit like that, bro. Like, probably longer than that, for real. Like, she been sober for a minute. So I got a lot of respect for her, like, with that, you know what I'm saying? But I always told myself, I was like, you know what? I'm never gonna go down that road. Like, I'm always gonna take care of my kids. I'm never going to do drugs. I'm never going to do this. I'm never going to do that, because I just, like I said, like, I've seen so many people battle addiction growing up. I've seen a whole lot of violence growing up. I've seen a whole lot of like fuck shit. And like I said, when I was in fucking elementary school, middle school, I thought that shit was cool. I was fighting people in school, cutting up, stuff like that, because it's stuff that I was seeing. So like, when you seeing stuff, you thinking that stuff is okay. You know what I'm saying? Because it looked cool at the time. The shit looked funny. I mean, even though I hated this shit, I was seeing this shit. So I'm thinking that this shit was cool. But as I grew up, I'm like, bro, I don't want that shit for myself. You feel me? I don't want that shit for my kids. None of that shit. So, you know what I'm saying? Once I got back with my mom, I ended up dropping her at school, getting my GED. Shayla got pregnant. I was like, bro, she's pregnant. I'm going to take shit serious. Got a job. All of that shit, bro. Got a job. All of that shit. And then eventually, I was like, you know what? This rap shit not working. COVID-19 happened. Niggas start making content for fun. Shit blew up. And now we are where we are now. You feel me? Like, I'm telling y'all, bro, like, just watching my content and stuff like that, y'all probably wouldn't know this, bro, but I'm a good person at heart, bro. My mom and them, they would tell you, bro, the fact that I went through so much stuff. I've seen, like, a whole bunch of wild shit growing up, bro. But I never let that shit affect me as a person. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, people always come up with excuses and shit like that. And they end up becoming the shit that they didn't like growing up. But they become their parents. Nah, bro, I'm trying to be better than my parents. My son, I want him to be better than me. You feel me? And like, the shit that I didn't have growing up, like I said, like nights I ain't have food and I ain't have lights and shit like that, I don't want my son to ever deal with none of that shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, just the way he acts, bro. You can tell the way he acts, bro. Like, my kid's spoiled as heck. Some of y'all be saying in the comments, like, damn, Peace, why your kid so spoiled, this and that? Bro, because I ain't have shit growing up, my nigga. Like, so the shit I didn't have growing up, I don't want my kids to witness that. Everything we had coming up, when I was young, that shit was all done illegally. You feel me? Like, my stepfather set on the water, all that shit. Like, all of that shit was, like, cool back then to me. But how does that have me feeling? You see what I'm saying, growing up? Because I'm thinking that if I want to make good bread, I'm going to have to hustle. So now my son see me doing what I'm doing. He thinking that if he want to make, you know what I'm saying, good bread, he want to be a YouTuber, shit like that. I ain't want to be no fucking YouTuber growing up. Because I ain't know about none of this shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm thinking that if I want to make good money, you got to fucking probably sell drugs or some shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, nah. So I just feel like my mom, she kept telling me to tell y'all like the stories about me growing up, where I come from. That's pretty much it. I mean, there's more stories. Like, that's just the base. Like, you know what I'm saying? I could tell y'all about a whole bunch of other shit. Because I did end up trying smoking weed one time. I'll tell y'all that story. I tell y'all a whole bunch of stories. That's just like the base shit of like what basically happened with me growing up and shit like that. But yeah, y'all see food good as shit. Bro, I barely ate, man. I'm over here talking to y'all, telling y'all about this, yeah, me growing up and stuff like that. I'm not even eating my food. Food getting cold, damn. But all right, y'all.